Welcome back to the vlog, guys. As you've seen, a little quick snapshot. It snowed overnight last night. I know the last video I dropped was January 3rd, and it's now January 11th. To my little sister, happy birthday. I love you. But as you know, I'm an EMT, and I wanted to share something crazy on one of my rotations. It was my first rotation, and this video is I can't show a lot of stuff. I'll try to find images close to what I saw that day. If you guys watched like Grey's Anatomy or The Resident or any of those medical dramas, it got real this day. It was 90 something degrees that day. It was in the summer. That's when I did my EMT rotations. For those of you that don't know, when you're seeking out to be EMT certified, you must make, in New York State, 10 patient contacts, right? In 3 rotations, sometimes you get lucky. I was unfortunately unlucky. I had to do a 4th, all because I was missing 1 patient. It is what it is. But we're going to get into it soon. I know EMTs deal with a lot, but on this day, it was a roller coaster of emotions. I'm telling you. First of all, I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I've never ever been in an ambulance until that day. Ever. I mean, like, ever. So until that day, that's my first time in an ambulance. So I'm already nervous about that. And I'm already 3 weeks into schooling. Clearly I'm still learning things. I don't know nothing. But one that peaked was adrenaline. When I tell you my adrenaline was high, I could have got shot 18 times, stabbed another 18 times, and probably would have still been going until I came to my until I went into shock or something. It was crazy. So it's like 97 no, I don't know, it's in the mid 90s. It was freaking hot that day. I typically did my rotations Saturday and Sunday because that summer I was working summer school, so it was bananas. So now this day was so chaotic. I mean, for it to be a first rotation and the things I saw, I just fell in love. I so fell in love. 12 hours felt like 30 minutes. No exaggeration, or maybe just a little bit. But that's how fast it went by. To give it perspective, my other job, I work 6 hours and 20 minutes every day. That feels like a 12-hour shift. Whereas the actual 12-hour shift feels like I only worked 6 hours. You know what I mean? But I love chaotic situations. I thrive in it. And then you have those that kind of withdraw from it. So going into that, this particular day, this was not my patient. It was one of my classmates' patients, and we just happened to be coming in at the same time. So as I just said, with the whole chaos and everything, it's controlled chaos. Everyone in that room, minus me and my classmate, knows what's happening when we pull up to the emergency room at the trauma center. And he's withdrawn, whereas I jumped in. Now, to give it another notch, my actual patient was a seizure patient, right? We go in that day, we're at a 2-family house. How you call it? We're knocking on the door, my preceptors and I, and no one's answering. We're like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go through the back because I'm trying to, initiate myself into the situation. And I go, let me go to the back. Let me see something. Let me see if someone's in the basement or whatnot. As soon as I get to the back, whoosh, door flies open. I step back. I'm like, okay, BSI scene safety, first things they ever teach you, right? All right. Lady in Spanish talking about, come inside, I need your help. So I radio my preceptors, yo, come to the back. We're in the basement. The guy's full blown shaking in there, all right? And it's like, it's hot. Walking around, I remember one of my instructors would say, you guys are detectives. When you're an EMT or working in healthcare, you are a detective. quite naturally, having the background I have, I'm already scanning the room as I'm walking in. I'm looking around, I'm looking around, I'm looking around. First of all, to make sure there aren't any weapons, and secondly, to see if anything could have contributed to this person's seizures. All right, I see a couple of wine bottles, a couple of beer bottles. Judging by how this young lady is dressed, it must have been a fun night. Okay, this was their first night together. They were on a date. They've been dating for a couple of months. And I guess they were trying to close the deal, if you know what I mean. And I'm looking around. She's freaking out. I'm freaking out because, mind you, my preceptors still have not walked in. They're still trying to make their way to the back. Okay. They make their way to the back. They see that I'm handling it. I'm calm. Mind you, inside, I'm freaking out. I was like, okay, miss, I need you to grab me a fan. Get me a nice wet towel, cold but not too wet. Just give her something to do. That just was my innate thing. I need time to work here and time to think and process what's going on here. They doing that. My preceptors came. They see I'm in the middle of working him up. They go, wow, you got this. They was like, all right, you run it. I'm running it. I forgot one thing, but it could have been a major thing. His sugar. Check his sugar. His sugar was good. We're trying to get, the PQRST. These are the questions that you ask, to find out when the person last ate something and etc. Oh, my eye itch. Okay. So we ask, if you want to know what the PQRST stands for, just hit me at the bottom. I'll let you know. So we talking. We get him in a stair chair. We get him out. We get him on the bus, right? And we go to the hospital. As we're coming in and we're bringing our patient in because we called a note, my classmate's patient is coming in, along with the patients in separate buses. There was a shooting. I see him. He has blood on him. His stretcher has blood on it. Person is cocked open. You have the cop doing CPR. And I was like, okay, my patient is good. They've been cleared. They've been put to the side. They're in the trauma room. But now the trauma team is tending to the shooter. No, was it I can't remember. I don't know if there was a shooter there, but there was a person in handcuffs. I don't know what his role was, or maybe he was just a bystander. I don't know, or maybe EDP. But the other victims were shot. They're working them up. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, one of them did pass, but I seen them do a thoracotomy. This is when they crack the chest open, massage the heart with the hand. I seen ribs, I seen the heart, I seen all of this. I went in and involved myself to see. I'm kind of getting chills thinking about this. Like, I was so stoked. Like, it was one thing to see it on TV. I remember seeing it on TV. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. I can never ever do that. That's too gory for me. Oh man, I don't know if I'm psycho or what, but seeing it in person was amazing. Like, I get there, I'm like, yo, how can I help? I throw in the gal, how can I help? Andrew, I'm a student. They telling me what to do. They're like, okay, look, I need you to hold this person right here. Hold them in this position while we try to do this. Whatever needed to be done, I was there. I remember seeing, I walked home. When we were finished, unfortunately, this person we were working on didn't make it. My adrenaline, but this person's life loss, it sucks. Like, to get hit with that on my first rotation, that was heavy. Like, again, I said, a roller coaster of emotion. I started off nervous as hell. Then I became excited. Adrenaline is like hiding the whatever the tallest mountain is, and then for it to be where the person was lost. It's a great job, but that first day, I learned a lot. I really learned a lot on how to check my emotions. I really did. Um, I remember going back to the base after the shift was done, and because it was summertime, I had a duffel bag with me where I changed my clothes into shorts and a t-shirt, and into my Crocs. And my boots were black, black boots. And I started wiping it down because you're around things. You know what I mean? So I kind of like sprayed Lysol on my uniform, and then I kind of started wiping down my boots. But I took the hose because I was feeling lazy. And I'm looking at all this blood being rinsed off my boots. And it's just like, damn. I felt bad for my classmate. Monday when I seen him, I asked him how he felt about what he saw. Mind you, that patient that I helped work on was on his bus. So when his bus door is open and we're going back to our bus, I'm looking into his bus and there's blood dripping everywhere. So, and mind you, he also had on his clothes. So it was a crazy day, unforgettable, very eventful. I learned a lot. I really did.